and that is Batista. Just recently, WWE ended up tweeting something out, and Batista has something very interesting to say. So they ended up tweeting out the following: "There's no better time to relive at Dave Batista's biggest accomplishment. Happy birthday, Animal." Of course, yesterday was Batista's birthday, and in this tweet, we got a 4-minute video showcasing some of Batista's most amazing moments in the WWE, of course capturing the World Heavyweight Championship and big victories at WrestleMania. Batista ended up replying though with the following: "You ain't seen nothing yet." So clearly the Animal is not done with the WWE, and we kinda already know this because he have indicated in the past in multiple interviews that he wants to come back to the WWE and make right, have that good feud that he always wanted, and as he have indicated before, go out the right way. Last time obviously it wasn't the right way, as it feels like Batista just came back at a wrong time, and ultimately WWE writers were not listening to exactly how he wanted his character to get booked. First he showed up at the Royal Rumble, he was a babyface, and WWE just wanted to push him while pushing away Daniel Bryan, who was literally the hottest guy in the WWE at that time. Things just didn't go well because we knew that WWE was trying to do everything for Batista, but they were going about it the wrong way by ignoring everything else that was going around, specifically Daniel Bryan, until of course the end, where they had no choice but to insert him into that triple threat match and give us that big WrestleMania moment. Even after WrestleMania, the writer just continued to do whatever it is that they wanted to with him instead of truly listen to his ideas. So in the end, everything was a mess. Batista ended up leaving, and he just came back on SmackDown 1000 for a special appearance, of course teasing that one match that he wants to have at WrestleMania, which is against Triple H. So without a doubt, it is very interesting to see Batista tease all of this when we're just 1 week away from the Royal Rumble, and of course WrestleMania season is here. And even if it doesn't happen at this WrestleMania, it is clear that they got something planned within the next year or so. Because let's not forget the fact that Batista is a busy guy filming movies, and also you gotta take into consideration the fact that he could get hurt while working in a match. So of course these type of returns are more complicated than just making it happen. The timing has to be correct. Moving into some other news, and we're talking AEW or Elite Wrestling, because they have been a hot topic of discussion as of late, and rightfully so. And one guy that recently talked about this promotion is Jim Ross, and of course when JR talks, we gotta listen. Not only is he rumored to be part of the promotion as commentary team, but he also ended up indicating the following: "The Khan family deserves recognition for putting their money where their mouth is, and there's plenty of it. And I'm very curious to see how this brand continues to evolve and more of the players are put into place." He ended up adding, "I have great interest to see the other hires that will be made, because I have great optimism that Tony Khan is a young genius, and hopefully he's going to be building a brand that will be influential and meaningful for years to come. And none of what I just said has anything to do with overtaking the WWE. It is the farthest thing from my mind. It doesn't matter." He went on to basically indicate that AEW could be very successful without ever touching WWE. And I feel like that is where the AEW takeover comes in, where they could be so much successful without even worrying about the WWE, that in itself is certainly gonna be something to look at by the WWE. And this just adds to all of the reports that we have been talking about, where because of all the money that is being invested in this, or I should say all the money that the owner itself has, competition is gonna be created. And for pro wrestling, it's not just gonna be about WWE. Now that is of course if they handle things correctly, because as Jim Ross said, we still need to see which other parties are gonna be involved in all of this. Who are they going to be hiring? What is gonna be their production, and so on. And talking about a potential superstar that could be going to AEW, in a recent interview we ended up having Jack Swagger basically indicating that he would love to work with All Elite Wrestling. Now he is fully focused on his MMA fighting right now, but of course Jack Swagger is not gone from professional wrestling. He ended up indicating that he will absolutely love to work with Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, and he also added that he invited them to his Bellator fight, so he hopes that they show up. So they've clearly been in communication, and Jack Swagger putting All Elite Wrestling over so much by stating how he believes they're going to change the landscape of professional wrestling cannot just be a coincidence. Jack Swagger will certainly have a lot of momentum after his MMA fight, so him doing stuff related related to AEW right after that certainly makes sense. And we're not done with the reports of who exactly All Elite Wrestling is going for, because there's still a bigger name out there, and that is of course CM Punk. So has AEW tried to contact him? The answer is of course yes. According to Wrestling Observer Radio, AEW representatives have reached out to CM Punk for of course a potential return to professional wrestling business. But the reports indicate that CM Punk wasn't interested. That is of course unless they're trying to keep it a surprise. But nonetheless, Meltzer indicated that CM Punk does not seem like he wants to do anything with pro wrestling. He has plenty of opportunities. I know he hates WWE and he has every right to after that lawsuit. That doesn't mean he should hate New Japan and AEW and all that. He added that the reality is he's still under contract with UFC somehow, even though they never use him again. But you know, he doesn't seem to want to be around wrestling, and even like that in the end, if he wants to be around wrestling, he can certainly call them. So it is no surprise that the offer has been made, and seeing CM Punk return to pro wrestling will certainly make a huge buzz for any promotion. Last time that we ended up seeing him wrestle was in January 2014, and whether you like him or not, there's no denying the fact that his presence in wrestling will always be remembered and will always be wanted back by many of the fans. Moving into some other news and some quick news. So last week we ended up having Andrade Cien Almas versus Rey Mysterio on Tuesday Night SmackDown Live, and it was certainly a hell of a match. I mean, it was a pure classic match that in the end of SmackDown, all I was thinking was, why in the world was that not the main event? Instead, we ended up getting a Shane McMahon and the Miz segment as a main event. Well, it looks like WWE was pretty much asking themselves the same thing and have decided to give us Andrade vs Rey Mysterio once again this upcoming Tuesday, but with one small difference in it, and that is that it is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match, which just by hearing about it and on script, it is already an instant classic and it is a 5-star match. I'm honestly excited for this match, and I'm glad that WWE is gonna continue this feud as we head into the Royal Rumble, because obviously these two are gonna continue to steal the show. And the last piece of news that I got for you guys is in regards to one of the recent reports indicating that the Revival have asked for their release for the WWE. And at this point, this is pretty much next to confirm, considering the fact that it hasn't been denied, like we had Maria denying it to Pro Wrestling She. Nonetheless, the latest regarding why the Revival asked for their release is the following. According to Pro Wrestling She, sources indicate that the Revival have been unhappy about not just their position, but the overall state of the Raw Tag Team division. The duo are apparently frustrated about the lack of promos and backstage segments for the division. So again, not just them, but the whole tag team division, which is something that I certainly complain about almost every single week. Report also indicates that it seems as if there has been communication between WWE and the Revival since Monday, but it is unknown if the issues were resolved. The Revival have of course been competing in WWE live events. So that is what I got for you guys on this roundup episode. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree with the Revival. Do you think that the Monday Night Raw tag team division requires a little bit more attention, or do you think that they have been getting the right attention? I'm gonna have to side with them on this one, but certainly let me know your opinion down in the comments below, and also let me know which tag teams do you want to see get pushed. As always guys, to be fully up to date on all the latest, you already know what to do. Make